Are you ready for this sickness? Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to Economics and Comics. So I'm super excited for a lot of things. First of all, my new Giphy emojis or whatever. Oh, you have no idea. You don't understand what it means to me. But this is a update on the other video I made where I tested out the new cases versus the old. CBCS sent them to me. And there were some questions that were in the chat and comments, as well as questions of my own that I got answered. So this is going to be a part 2, essentially. What I'll do is I'll add right here part 1. And you can watch that now or later. And at the end of the video, I'm going to add a video I did with Steve Brock, head grader, and the guy that created grading in general. A huge interview with him if you're interested in that. But before we begin with these updates and answers to everyone's questions and mine, I wanted to say rest in peace to Joe Sanat. He passed away today, and he was an amazing artist. So he was old. I think he's 93 years old, from Marvel. And, I'm just going to show something briefly. I was lucky enough to get some things signed from him. Here's one of the books that he signed. And I'd like to stress this. The longer time goes, the more of these wonderful artists and writers will pass away, just like the rest of us. And I would seriously like to recommend going to a Comic-Con and meeting your heroes, because it's very special. And you reflect on these things later when stuff like this horrible news happens. But he had a real long life, and he'll be missed. And also to consider, all the new artists that are coming up. Who do you think are going to be the big guys? Who do you think that you want to see before it's too late? For someone like me, it was super important, and hopefully to you guys, you can enjoy that experience of meeting your artist. And I'll try to bring that to you live with all the shows I do interviewing artists, and you can have that Comic-Con experience one-on-one through the channel as well. And that I love doing that. So that being all said, let's get into the video. So if you watch the video or you're going to watch it later, there were some questions asked about the new case. Okay, so first of all, the number one question is, when is the new case going to be available? I was told that because of COVID, they're having printing issues. I talked to Steve Brock today on the phone, okay? So they're having printing issues with the label because of COVID, and they expect all new stuff, all new cases and labels and etc. to be going out July 1st. Starting on July 1st will be the change. That's only about a week away. So if you're considering on sending in stuff like that, consider that as well. Next up, I wanted to say this. This is what's so great about another thing that was new and old with this, is this code right here. You can put your camera up to the code on your phone, and it will bring up all the grader's notes for any book for free. The other day I was in a live chat, and we wanted to figure out why a book was graded the way it was through CGC. And I went to the website, and you had to spend $10 to find out the grader's notes per book. So, dude, this is a free option. Now, in regard to the census, another big question that I have an answer to. The census is up now. And the question was, what about old books? So they have, Steve told me that a lot of the old books are there, but they have a thing on their site where you can take your book and you can go to the population report on CBCS and enter in the number and grade and all that, and you can help them fill out that census themselves. So there will be some super old books, some older books that won't be on there. If you have them, you go check it out. If it's not there, you can enter that information and they will enter it into the census, okay? Which is another great thing, which was a big issue. Another thing is on the video I made, I had stated that I thought that this was not connected to this. And in the old labels, it was all one piece. And I was right. So this label is detached. It's in a separate area now. And if anyone tries to remove it, it will get torn. So you don't have to worry about people cracking and switching labels because, or whatever, the whole thing. The label will get torn and they'll have to redo it. Another thing about the seals that I was talking about is down here are these two little like screwdriver things. That's so you can open the case if you absolutely have to. But it's also creating a like breathing attitude within the chamber, so you're not getting those watermarks, and it's good. I also asked if they're using a new plastic. He said no, because it truly looks like the book is on top of the case. It presents so well. He said no, it's the same, but the type of plastic they're using is archival safe, so your book is super protected. Okay. Another big question that he said they're most likely going to do, he didn't give me the AOK yet, but yellow versus red labels. You know how when we send in and it wasn't witnessed and it comes back with a red label? Well, they're going to change that now, I believe. It's all going to be yellow labels from now, coming soon. It'll all be yellow labels, but it will say verified or witnessed. Either way, it's yellow. So if you get it witnessed, it'll say witnessed. If you get it verified, which means they didn't see it, and you send it in, they verified, it'll say verified. So it could be a yellow label. Say you have one that's witnessed, it'll say witnessed. And then you have one that's not witnessed, it'll say verified. So it can possibly say witnessed and verified on there for multiple signatures, which is a great option because sometimes you can't have them witness it. So that's really exciting. So we got through the release date of when the new cases will be out. We got through the color change label. We got to the answer of, oh, another thing is the old label on the bottom is perforated. Like it was torn out or something. These are nice and clean. That's another little thing that I missed, but I realized later. So we got through the release date of the new cases. We talked about them going from red to yellow, verified witness, all yellow. We talked about the internal and the air breathing and all the other goodies. We talked about the census report, which is up now. And if you have a book that's not on there, you can upload it. And that'll improve the census. So they're very good with us in regard to the ability to get questions answered, the ability to upload to the census, the ability to scan any code. I should just show you it really live, really fast. This isn't going to be a long video, but I think it's really cool, and I think you guys should see it. You don't have to pay. It's free. You get free grader notes for everything. So what you would do is you would just put your phone. This might be hard to do. Oh, there it is. I put it over, and it says it wants me to open up Safari. And it's opening it. And there's no image, but it has the number. It says Variant Facsimile Edition, Pedigree 9.8. There it is. With a 9.8, you don't really need grader notes because there's not really anything wrong with it. But that is a great free option. It's not $10. They're really killing it. And a lot of people are saying really fast, oh, the label's boring, the label's the same. But you look at the CGC label again. Look at. So here's the deal. And this isn't I'm not trying to say picky the one. Whatever. I use both. But the CGC has this big old white sticker plopped on here. A square. It's not clean. And then they put their other little sticker on here. It's not. Look at it again. And compare and go, do I like a more clean look? Or do I have to have CGC? I truly believe this is a lot cleaner. And they stepped it up. So those are all the answers, you guys, that you were asking me, and I got your questions answered. So I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully you watched that first video and check out this great interview I have with Steve Barak at the end of this video. You guys have a great day, okay?